in 1968, the Welwyn Football Club was 75 years old. This was just one event, just one 1968 anniversary in the life of a village which was already around 2,000 years old when the Victorian founders of the football club began it all in 1893. Soccer's changed a good deal since those 75 years, but the idea is still to get the ball into the net, and goalkeepers are still getting pretty muddy trying to keep it out. Well, let's now have another look at how that soccer match is going. Only the people who do the work off the field as well as on will realize what a job it must have been to keep a village football club alive for 75 years. The Welwyn Club celebrated it with an anniversary dinner. At a time when big league referees are taking more and more names and sending more and more players off, the men of Welwyn were paid a neat compliment by a referee at their dinner. "I've always found members of the Welwyn Club to be gentlemen," he said. The club is pleased with the way it's attracting young players. The average age of the first team is only about 19. They play in the Hertfordshire County League. The second team, even younger, play in the second division, and the third team have made their way from Division 5 to the third division of the Mid-Hearts League in 3 seasons. The red shirts and white shorts of the Welwyn Club can be seen on Welwyn playing fields, 17 acres of them for which Welwyn Parish Council is responsible. Who's winning? Well, who knows? On this Saturday, goals seem to have been hard to come by. And, oh dear, but it wouldn't have been a game, would it, without the magic sponge? Well, let's hope they can look forward to another successful 75 years.
The following month, in June, Welwyn Cricket Club celebrated its centenary with an all-day match against a team selected by Leslie Hassard, the team secretary. He and his father have been associated with the club for 80 years. It was a gloomy day, typical of summer '72, but it was an enthusiastic game. There is less enthusiasm for cricket these days than there was, both at county and local levels, but the Welwyn Club is still thriving after 100 years. The teams included some well-known players from other clubs in the area. Welwyn Club itself needs younger players. With a fixture card of 33 matches a year, there's plenty of entertainment to be had, both for the players and for the spectators. Some more Welwyn sports and sportsmen now. Welwyn Cricket Club has been in existence for more than 100 years. Let's just look at them in action. Let's turn to something else. Welwyn Pegasus Football Club, a thriving club now in its 11th year, and which runs soccer teams for 9 to 16-year-olds from the Welwyn, Knebworth and Datchworth areas. This year the club has 6 teams, a list of those in a moment. But here the under-10s are training on St Mary's playing fields, with Fred Ford teaching them the fundamentals of ball control. 6 teams, I said. The under-16s managed by Tim Gates, the under-14s managed by Mr. Taberer, whose wife is treasurer of the club. The under-13s managed by the club secretary, Derek Burrows. The under-12s managed by David Parker, the club chairman. The under-11s managed by Ken Gates, and the under-10s managed by Mr. Donahue. On Sundays, there's a full fixture list for all the teams, either on their home ground on St. Mary's playing fields or away. This year, 3 teams were entered in the Hatfield and District League and 3 in the Mid-Herts Rural Minor League. The under-13s also played in the East Anglian Sunday Youth Cup, where they reached the quarter-final before losing to Colchester Athletic. The under-14s also reached the final of the Hatfield and District Minor League Cup.
1993 was the centenary year of the Welwyn Football Club, and Vice Chairman Malcolm Temple and his father Henry told us about the club's history. The present team is lying a healthy third from the top of the Herts Senior League division. The players, seen here in a match with Colney Heath, have a great tradition to uphold. In the 1921-22 season, the team won the Herts County Shield, helped to victory by such great players as the brothers Fred and Arthur Deere and Ranji and George Adams. The 1927-28 team won 2 cups and a Rose Bowl, helped by Alan Furlong, Arthur Deere, Swanee Temple, Felix Davis, Bill and Bob Fitt, and centre-forward Sid Baverstock, one of the most prolific goal scorers in the history of the club. We interviewed 5 ex-players who played in the team in the 1950s. These were Henry and Bill Temple, Pete and Roy Hill, and John Catlin. They recalled some amusing episodes.
When I came out of the army in 1947, was the first time I started. Yeah, I started outside left, and inside left, and then left half, centre half, and ended up left back, more or less.
Yeah, when did you first start playing for Welwyn, Henry?
1937.
1937,
yeah.
Oh, and you played for a good many years.
That's right. Till the war years, when the football ground was then, or the club was closed. And at that time we still played where the school playing field is now.
Oh, yeah.
But then during those years, the school governors, under the direction of the Reverend Bate and his colleagues, decided to buy the Welwyn playing, or the Welwyn football field, for St Mary's School. So that when the war ended and Welwyn came back to recommence their football programmes or league competitions, they had nowhere to play. So we finished up at Danesby Park, where at that, or pre-war years, Dewars 11 used to play in front of Danesby House. And at that particular time, the ground was then being rented by a farmer from Stevenage, and we had his permission to play football there. Yes. But what happened then, Welwyn decided that owing to the animals walking over the football area, as it was, we put a wire fence around it. Immediately the council pounced on us and said, look, you've made an enclosed ground and we're going to charge you rates, which they did.
Well, I started playing for Welwyn along with all the Leicester lads that were playing for teams outside the village, which was about the sort of 1952-53 time. We had a very good side. We had a very strong first team and a very strong reserve side, which were very similar in strength, both sides actually. And we won everything. We know, in fact, we went through our whole league programme in those days in the Premier Division. I think we drew one game, but I think we won every other game.
Obviously, we didn't have the facilities on some of the grounds we used to play away. I mean, it was a barn and a bucket. Showers were never the in thing. You never. Well, you have a bath, yeah.
I think that goes a long way in playing sport. You've got to have the spirit and get on. You know, just coming here Saturday afternoon, you never see the guy all the week, you don't know who he is or everything, and we all knew how each other's played, we all knew our strengths. Certain ones had got certain strengths, others hadn't, and we all blended in, and I think that's what made the team. And the older ones, like Henry, I was one of the young ones, they guided us young ones along, and I think that's how the team really blended and became a good side with the help of the older ones helping the young ones. And but I mean, I enjoyed it. I'm sure the others did while we were young. But everything, all the good things come to an end, don't they? So.
There is one unsung hero of the Welwyn Football Club that should be admired for her devotion to duty. Henry Temple's wife, Peggy, who, for no less than 35 years, washed the team's strip after every match.